8. We're down to 10 people. If we all make it through this alive, that's 1 million each. That's a fortune, the red headband proposed as we walked toward the coaster. So for this last challenge, we have to work together. Let's all survive this and leave together. A thin chorus of agreement. Based on the last 4 challenges, people die in everyone. So his proposal is impossible, the programmer whispered to me. But the red headband's right-hand man, a blonde youth, saw this and stormed over aggressively. Yo, Ferris, what are you mumbling about? You got opinions? Let him out loud. We've all been through death together. We're all in this. I meant that's a great idea, the programmer backpedaled. All right. When facing a common enemy, we comrades must stick together. The red headband waved dismissively, ending the brief conflict. Take some deep breaths. Let's do this. The red headband chose a middle seat, which made tactical sense. That way, he had reaction time if danger appeared from either direction. But compared to unknown dangers, I feared heights more. Before coming to the park, I'd researched coaster guides. The back seats provided the most intense experience. The front seats were relatively least intense, especially during steep descents. When the front is descending, the back is still climbing, moving slowly, giving the front time to adjust. By the time the back reaches the top and starts falling at full speed, the front has already descended partway. The impact is far less intense. I didn't need to explain this to Yui. When I headed toward the front, she naturally followed. The programmer and the shirtless guy sat in the second row. The coaster departed. First, a slow climb. When we reached the peak, I couldn't help but close my eyes. But hearing Yui's heavy breathing, I forced myself to open them. How could I protect her if I wasn't watching for danger? The car pitched nearly vertically downward. First loop, second loop. Blood rushed to my head. My neck screamed in pain. Finally, I gave in and closed my eyes. Screams mixed with wind rushed past. I felt us through at least another major loop and sharp turn. The car's speed finally slowed. I opened my eyes and found myself in a forest. Ahead was a gentle track winding between massive trees that glowed with eerie moonlight. Riverside Park was far behind us. The car was now on tracks through the forested mountains behind the park. The hunter had expanded the hunting ground 10 times over, and the prey, unaware of what awaited. Think there's another monster in this forest? Someone asked nervously. What if these trees suddenly move and kill us? Coasters don't have tracks this long normally. Is this a haunted house coaster hybrid? There's definitely a ghost ahead, someone else speculated. People discussed cautiously. The car entered a small dwarf-themed mine tunnel. Along both sides were statues of dwarves swinging axes at ore. I stayed alert for them to suddenly animate and swing those axes at our heads. But it didn't happen. What my tense nerves did pick up on was another sound. Well, friction against track. Not just from below, but echoing from behind. You hear that weird sound? I asked Yui. Yui turned to look back. Suddenly, her pupils dilated several times over. A single car pursuing us rounded a bend, moving faster. The person in that car held an axe in one hand, a chainsaw in the other, wildly swinging both. Calling him a person wasn't quite right. He had no head. From the bright yellow shirt, I could vaguely recognize the obnoxious streamer who'd entered the park with me. His head had been severed on the pirate ship first. Now he'd resurrected. The pursuing car was clearly faster, rapidly closing the gap. The passengers in the back seat screamed and undid their safety bars, desperately trying to crawl forward. Too late. The headless killer caught up. axes and saws flashing. Two heads were severed just as our car emerged from the mine tunnel onto a long bridge over a gorge. The heads and their bodies fell into the ravine. The impact from the collision pushed the pursuing car back slightly, but the killer seemed even more excited. Chat, the streamer just took down two heads. Pretty cool, right? Want to see the streamer take out more? Don't forget to double tap, that's 666. Send a rocket. The streamer guarantees clearing all these targets in 5 minutes. Even without a head, he still had his streamer memories. The couple was in the second-to-last row. The male was panic-stricken, screaming uncontrollably. The female at least kept her wits, helping him climb forward. The red headband and blonde kid desperately blocked them. Don't come up here. As the killer closed in again, the couple mustered incredible strength and climbed onto the red headband and blonde seat. But the safety bars blocked the other two from leveraging their strength. The red headband suddenly pushed his safety bar up and grabbed the female's shirt, flinging her backward. Crack. Her body was severed at the waist by the killer's chainsaw. I'll kill you. The male lunged at the red headband in a frenzy. But the blonde tackled him from behind. The red headband stood and kicked the male off the car. His scream echoed through the gorge, followed by a splash. I turned back and saw the now crazed red headband staring at me. This guy wanted to kill me. No, he wanted to kill us all. His so-called allies, the blonde and shirtless guy, were just chess pieces to be discarded if they got in his way. Big bro, we're speeding up. The shirtless guy pointed behind us. The killer's pursuit speed had slowed slightly. Wait. Lighter weight means faster speeds, the programmer suddenly realized. But a second later, he regretted saying it. The red headband pulled the programmer up by his safety bar. Let me go. Help. Help. The programmer struggled, but he was no match for the red headband's 3-person group. Sorry, buddy. I silently apologized, then undid my safety bar and pulled Yui toward the front. The moment the programmer was thrown from the car, the coaster lurched. The killer had jumped aboard.
Sha.
Which victim should the streamer take out first? He cackled, his chainsaw grinding against his axe blade, throwing sparks. The red headband roared and shoved his 2 minions aside, charging recklessly toward us. We need to jump, I told Yui.
We'll die, she said. No.
There's one chance. I could hear water. Lots of water. High-altitude diving is extremely dangerous. If you can't control your center of gravity and entry angle in the air, you'll hit water like cement. Yui and I had no professional diving training, so controlling those factors was nearly impossible. But there was one method. I loved watching diving competitions. In 10-meter platform diving, to prevent injury, the water surface is disturbed with jets to break the surface tension. We were above massive water sounds now. And as I suspected, it was a waterfall. Compared to pool jets, a waterfall's impact on water tension was far greater. This was our only chance. I gripped Yui's hand tightly. Ready? Jump.